Hi Tom, good session of the day. Hope you found it helpful. Just going to run through now what we discussed in terms of the session. In terms of your swing, very similar to what we discussed in the drive. I think when you're using your irons there, we want to make sure that we get a nice fuller movement, okay? Create a bit more of a turn in the backswing. If you look here on the right, backswing a little bit kind of short and limited there. Not really sort of turning the lower half and the shoulders out the way. Club getting back a little bit too short. Now because of that lack of power, the way you try to create some power now is almost like sort of lunging and sort of throwing the club at it. And this impact position now created as we get to impact there. You can see your hands now back behind the golf ball, adding a lot of loft to that golf club and swinging across the left. So the shots you were going to generally get were, if it did go straight very, very high, losing a lot of yardage, more than likely to be a pull to the left, or if we're not careful because of that hinge of the wrist sort of unhinging outside, we might get the old sort of shank out to the right there where it scuttles on the ground. So drills, as we said, stick behind the golf ball now to give some feedback of more of a downward angle of attack. So we're trying to get more weight onto this front foot as we hit the golf ball. One of the drills mentioned now, if we get the golf club, put the golf club now in sort of a tilted position back here with the hands where they are, and then simply scrape the club on the mat, and the hands would expect to finish sort of somewhere here by that left leg. So you're sort of pushing that club into the ground, compressing the shaft down, putting a bit of bend in the shaft, and just see and feel how your body moves in this direction. Okay, so that's more the impact thing, and these T-pegs here on the outside kind of give us feedback to whether you've hit the heel of the club and therefore shanked it, okay? But in terms of the backswing, if we look here now, a much bigger, fuller turn. We're taking the golf club now back to a much better position. We compare that to kind of where we were here. So we're creating the power, the knees and the hips and shoulders are all moving. It's from this position now that we want to feel like we're shifting and pushing down to that left foot, getting that weight onto that left side. We kind of want to go more vertically down rather than shifting here. And therefore we come to the golf ball, the hands a little bit kind of behind the golf ball. The strikes were certainly better. The distance was more than we were looking for before. It was just a little bit too high for me. So you're sort of losing a little bit of yardage by adding a bit of loft to that golf club. So we can work on that turn, get that body working up there. This is obviously an easier change to make because we're not in a golf ball. As you move down into the golf ball, now this is more instinct. And we've got to feel a little bit more kind of movement to that left side, hands moving to the left side, weight moving to that left foot. Just get everything going more onto that front foot so we can compress that ball, get a better strike. And we finish the shot then, we're a bit more up on that right foot as opposed to kind of hanging back here now. As you can see, trying almost like to lift or help it up in the air. So work on those drills that we discussed. That dragging drill is going to be a really good one for kind of feeling how the club kind of goes through impact. And also when you're down the range, use items like this stick, the 2 T-pegs, just to get some instant feedback as to what you've done or haven't done, as the case may be. So at least when you are practicing, you're getting feedback. You're not just exercising and hitting the golf ball over and over again without really knowing what you're trying to do. So work on those things. Any questions, obviously, give me a shout, but I'll catch up with you soon. Cheers, Tom.